Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on Autodesk Takeoff. First off, thank you all for joining us today. Before we dive into the main presentation, Toleen and I wanted to address a couple of key questions to set the stage for our discussion. Toleen, what do you think Autodesk Takeoff is such a game changer for the industry?
Great question, Isabel. So Autodesk Takeoff is truly a revolutionary tool because it streamlines the entire pre-construction process. It allows users to perform accurate quantity takeoffs and generate detailed estimates directly from 2D and 3D models. So this does not only improve efficiency, but also significantly reduces errors. So this will lead to better project outcomes and cost savings as well.
That sounds impressive. Can you share with us how Accienta's vision and mission align with the capabilities of Autodesk Takeoff?
Absolutely. At Accienta, our vision is to empower businesses with innovative software solutions. Our mission is to deliver products that simplify complex processes and drive efficiency. So Autodesk Takeoff perfectly aligns with this by providing a user-friendly platform that enhances productivity and accuracy in the construction industry. It's all about enabling our clients to achieve their full potential, and Autodesk Takeoff is a key part of that strategy.
Thank you, Toleen. Before we proceed, are there any AI-powered tools you are currently using or considering for your projects?
Yes, actually. We are always exploring innovative technologies, including AI-powered tools. Currently, we are looking into integrating AI for productive analysis and automated project management. These tools can provide deeper insights, optimize workflows, and further enhance the accuracy and efficiency of our projects.
That's exciting to hear. With that context, let's move on to the main presentation and explore Autodesk Takeoff in more details.
Thank you, Isabel, and let's get started.
Thank you. So the first slide, of course, as protocol, it's all about us as Accienta. I believe we are all set now about technology advancements and how we set the stage to advance our technology and skills when it comes to the specific industry we are focusing. To kickstart this webinar and housekeeping protocol, let me tell you who we are as Accienta. Accienta is a trailblazer in the SaaS industry dedicated to revolutionizing how businesses operate. Our vision is to empower organizations with innovative software solutions that drive efficiency and growth. We uphold a mission to deliver cutting-edge user-centric products that simplify complex processes, ensuring our clients achieve their full potential. So at Accienta, we are Autodesk Gold partners and Smartsheet Platinum partners. We are digital transformation enablers. This means that our focus is not only selling technology, but actually helping clients through their digital transformation journey and making sure that they are implementing the right processes and the right tools with the right team. Moving on. Our awards. Accienta's achievements speak volumes about our commitment to excellence and innovation. We are proud to be recognized as Technology SME of the Year by the ME Construction Awards. Also, we have been awarded as one of our colleagues has been awarded as the Visionary of the Year of ME Technology. This highlights our dedication to delivering outstanding service and value to our clients. These awards underscores our relentless pursuit of quality and our position as leaders in the SaaS industry. Some of the clients that we have in the region, which we are proudly part of. This includes leading construction firms and innovative companies. These collaborations highlights our commitment to excellence and innovation, delivering tailored solutions that drive success in one of the world's most dynamic markets. And of course, our presenter, Toleen Awad, which embodies vision and mission with her extensive expertise and passion for technology. Her insights and leadership are instrumental in steering Accenta's toward excellence. Today, she will guide us through the transformative capabilities of Autodesk Takeoff, demonstrating how it can elevate your projects to new heights. Please join me in welcoming Toleen Awad. Toleen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Isabel, and welcome everyone again. So let me walk you really quickly through today's agenda. So for today, we're going to talk about BIM in a nutshell, and then we're going to introduce the common data environment. Then we're going to talk about Autodesk Construction Cloud, and then we're going to give an introduction to Takeoff, and lastly, we're going to give you a client success story. First of all, do you have any idea what this word means? It's consisted of three letters. Now, if you know the answer, just raise your hand and we'll unmute your microphone. Okay, we can answer it ourselves then. So, BIM is consisted of three letters actually. It's building information modeling. Now, the most important letter in this word is the letter I. So I stands for information. Now, let me break this down for you. Starting with 2D CAD. We all know 2D CAD is all about lines. You can also add your hatches, you can add doors, you can add windows, but they're all 2D, nothing more than that. Then we have 3D CAD. So what is 3D CAD? 3D CAD is when you actually extrude these 2D lines and make an actual 3D object with that. However, that doesn't mean that this object has actual properties. That's where our eye comes in, our information comes in. So then we have BIM. BIM means building information modeling. So it's intelligent 3D objects with actual information. What does that mean? The wall that we have right here on the right has actual properties of a real world wall. So maybe this wall is made out of brick, out of plaster, and even the door itself, it's made out of wood. It can tell you how fire resistant it is. And this is where the eye stands. How do you think we got to BIM? Now, in the realm of architecture, construction, and engineering, the journey of digital transformation has been marked by a shift from static 2D CAD to dynamic world of digital twins. Now, let's start walking through them one by one. First of all, we have 2D CAD. Before 2D CAD, if you remember, everyone was drawing on papers. If you got one window wrong, I believe you should have repeat all of the papers, even if you drew, let's say, 50 A0s, you have to repeat them all again. So that's where 2D came in. So in 2D, you can actually draw all of your lines. Instead of ripping off your papers, you can actually just delete the line and redraw it somewhere else. But that wasn't very efficient. That's where BIM came along. So BIM is more of 3D intelligent objects. Now, BIM has, if you want to change a window, you can actually just move it and it's changed in all of its elevations. You can also create from it several renders, you can create from it sections. So it has been much easier for, let's say, companies to actually use it. Now, this phase lies under the digitization phase, but we needed more than that. So that's where BIM in the cloud was introduced. BIM in the cloud was introduced for companies who had more than one, let's say, or companies working with more than one company abroad, or even the company itself has more than one team that lives abroad, maybe, or people working from home. So we have seen this pattern after Corona mainly. However, BIM in the cloud allowed more than one people to work from anywhere, anytime on the same platform. And then we have digital twin. So what does digital twin mean? Digital twin is the exactly same replica of the real world building, but in your computer. So BIM in the cloud and digital twin were the transformational phase. Now, how did the journey begin? It began from 2D CAD all the way to digital twin. So we began with the static change, which was improved coordination and productivity. We went all the way to convergence, which offered better coordination and project control. And then we then went to dynamic, which gave us real-time insights and automation. So designing data And BIM is in our DNA actually. So the importance of data, all the project phases in the cycle will be transferred from one phase into another phase. So BIM is present in all of the project life cycle phases, from planning to designing to building and all the way to operating. Now, this means that all the data is present. The data is present, it's dynamic, and everything is connected together. So here is just a slight representation of how the architect can view their model. So here we can see how the architect views their model, and then how the structural engineer views the model, how the MEP engineer views the model, how the contractor. So you can see in each and every model, we can see different elements, the elements that the team themselves use and build with. And lastly, we have our owner, how they can see the whole project brought up together with the MEP, the structural, the architect, and all of the other parties. Now, since we have talked about that, let's just introduce something called the common data environment or the centralized source of truth. Now, in the middle, we can see this cloud. Now, this cloud has all of the assets, the models, the documents, drawings, photos, videos, cost items, and data. Now, these assets are being used by certain models to produce information and data. Now, these are such as asset management, field collaboration, project insights, design collaboration. Now, all of these modules can be accessed and produced within Autodesk Construction Cloud, the platform itself that we will be talking about in a bit. Now, who can access all of this information? All of the stakeholders involved in the project itself, like the owner, the architect, the general contractor, structural engineer, subcontractor, and all of the other parties involved. So the common data environment, the CDE, is the single source of truth. So the common data environment in Autodesk Construction Cloud acts as the single source of truth in construction projects and in several projects. It centralizes the project data, enabling real-time collaboration and reducing the risk of errors by ensuring that all stakeholders work from a unified, up-to-date repository. Now, in the middle, we can see the actual logo of ACC, and around it, we can see all of the stakeholders working together in one platform, such as the architect, the facilities manager, the estimator, the subcontractor, engineer, and all of the stakeholders. Next, we have our Autodesk Construction Cloud. So let me break it down for you. What is Autodesk Construction Cloud? Now, mainly we have several modules within. We have BIM Collaborate Pro, we have Autodesk Takeoff, and Autodesk Build. Now, in BIM Collaborate Pro, there are certain workflows. Now, the basic thing is actually the document management, which is the Autodesk Docs. In document management, we have the document control, document versioning, and document approvals. The document management is present in all of the modules that we have up there. So for BIM Collaborate, you can actually use it for design collaboration and coordination. You can create you can work through Revit cloud work sharing. There's collaboration for 3D, Plan 3D. There's model coordination where you can create your own clashes. There you can create constructivity views and so on. And then we move along to Autodesk Takeoff. Autodesk Takeoff is mainly for quantification. You can use it for scope analysis and 2D, 3D takeoff. And lastly, we have Autodesk Build. Autodesk Build consists of more than one module or workflow. You can use it for project management to create your RFI, submittals. You can use it for cost management. You can use it for quality planning, quality checking, for safety planning, safety checking, safety training, for project closeout as well, where you commission the turnover documentation, final completion, and as-built surveys. Now, today we're going to focus more on Autodesk Takeoff. Now, between all of these modules, there's unified data. So the models that you can access using BIM Collaborate Pro, you can also access it through Build. So the models, drawings, documents, cost items, and all of these assets can be accessed from the model that you have in your license. Now, lastly, we have the insights. Insights are all of the information that you can get out of the modules, information that you have, such as the dashboards, the reports, and we have the admin console, the permissions. So here is where you give access to whoever you want, whatever you want. You want to give this project member the access to view, edit, create, Now we're going to talk more about the CDE. Now, the CDE, as I told you, is present in BIM Collaborate Pro, Autodesk Takeoff, and Autodesk Build. Now, in BIM Collaborate Pro, you can, if you were a Revit user, a Civil 3D user, or a Plan 3D user, you can access all of your information through BIM Collaborate Pro. And if you want Autodesk Takeoff, as I told you earlier, here you can create 2D and 3D takeoffs, and lastly, Autodesk Build for the field management itself. Now, all of these can be accessed when you have, of course, the license, and all of these can be used. You can use them through Autodesk Docs. Great. Let's take a look at the entire file format range of all of the files that are being supported within the Autodesk Docs viewer. So this is the entire file format range, which is the viewer support. So anything that you upload in one of these file formats is visible and reviewable in the viewer in 2D and in 3D. This depends on what file format brings. So any information that is combined in the file can be reviewed in PDF. For example, it's only 2D, whereas in IFC, for example, it's only 3D. But whatever the file brings is being supported. It also includes media file formats. So we are also having support for video formats, for example, any instructions that you want to give, that you want to document on the platform in the video format is also supported in the viewer itself. And of course, also the Office 365 integration here as well. Now, do you know what type of challenges that are facing estimators today? Please don't feel shy. You can raise your hand and you can unmute your microphone. Meanwhile, let's put them together. So, first of all, some of the challenges that are facing estimators today are time consuming 2D takeoff process, tight schedule, siloed information, disconnected 2D and 3D takeoff, distributed teams, and lastly, lack of collaboration. Let me give you some of the statistics. Now, did you know that 1 in 4 construction companies would go out of business if they just made 2 or 3 inaccurate estimates? And only 31% of all construction projects came within 10% of their initial budget. Lastly, do you know that contractors see estimating accuracy as one of the top 5 biggest impacts to the industry over the 3 years? After we said all of these statistics, let's know how we overcame the challenges together using Autodesk Takeoff. Now, regarding time-consuming 2D takeoff processes, we have introduced a solution by digitization. So once we digitize the whole workflow, there's less time consumed and less cost consumed. Regarding tight schedule, we have improved the data accuracy. So once we improve the data accuracy, we can achieve more within tighter schedules and tighter times. And regarding siloed information, we have introduced standardization. So here you can access your files, your information more easily and more clearly. And regarding disconnected 2D and 3D takeoff processes, we have connected them together so you can create your own packages using 2D and 3D takeoff experiences. And for the distributed teams, we had the single source of truth. So because of that, if you have distributed teams, you have teams that are working from etc. Dubai and other people working from London, they're all working in one platform. So they all have access, even if they were working from far away. And lastly, the lack of collaboration. We fixed that by increasing the collaboration, of course. Don't be scared. That's a pub quiz, but there's no marks. Don't worry about that. So now you're going to get a poll. You have 1 minute approximately to answer each question, and then we're going to answer them together. They're easy questions, so don't worry. So if you can't see the poll, you can actually press on polls/quizzes that you have right down next to show captions and raise hand. So the first question is, what does the I in BIM stands for? So of course, most of you answered correctly. So it stands for information. The second question was, which phase of digital transformation introduced real-time collaboration with predictive insights? And again, most of you answered correctly, which is the transformational phase. Lastly, we have the last question, which is, which of the following is not a module in the Autodesk Construction Cloud? And of course, most of you answered correctly, which is Revit. So congratulations, you have all passed our examination. I hope it was easy. Wait, let's continue. Now, what is Autodesk Takeoff? Autodesk Takeoff allows estimators to perform more accurate 2D and 3D takeoffs and generate automated quantities from 3D models within a single takeoff solution. Now, let's dive deeper into what this means for you. So, Autodesk Takeoff supports team, project, businesses in an interconnected way. For teams, we provide every team member with the specific tool that they need to do their job and collaborate with others while supporting the digitization of tasks and centralized capture of data. For projects, we manage all project documents in one place to ensure everyone on the team is working from the latest data sets, leverage data collected by teams to drive efficiencies in the takeoff process. And for business, it helps streamline organizational improvement and increase innovation to win more profitable work. So it is about connected teams, connected workflows, and connected data. Now, Autodesk Takeoff is a comprehensive takeoff solution. It delivers more accurate takeoffs and even faster. How can we do that? Through, first of all, 2D takeoffs, 3D takeoff, aggregated quantities, user management, and document management. Now, we all know that business needs are changing. So we're doing that through continuity, clarity, and visibility. And we're designing smarter and building faster through connecting teams together, offering their more flexible solutions and powerful data insights. Now, a very quick client success story of ours is Khan Sahib. Khan Sahib is a construction and facilities management company in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. It successfully reduced snagging administration by 60% through the implementation of Autodesk Build, a unified construction management software platform. Lastly, here we have our technical demonstration. So here I'm going to walk you through the platform itself and show you one of the highlights of the key features that are present in the platform itself. So let's start together. First of all, to access the platform, you type in acc.autodesk.com, and then you have your homepage, which is fully customizable, by the way. Then from the project tab, we'll access the project that we want to work on. And from home, we'll walk over these steps together. Firstly, we have defining a measurement system, then uploading the sheets, and lastly, creating takeoff packages. So let's walk through the first one together. Here we can choose the measurement system, whether it was imperial or metric. Then we can upload our classification system. Here I uploaded RMR1, but you can upload whatever classification system you want or create even your own. You can export it or re-import it or even delete it. And you can also upload classification system number 2. Here I uploaded NRM2. Again, you can upload whatever system that is suitable for your project and company. Lastly, you can choose the currency that you will be working in. Here we're using AEDs. Then we're going to go to output definitions. So here you can see all of your elements that are being used. Let's create our own. Let's create a railing, let's say. So I'm just going to type in railing and choose the unit of measure, meters, count, square meters, and the cost, and the classification system in the railing itself. So here I'm choosing from NRM1 and NRM2. Again, you can create your own. Once it has been created, you can see all of the names, all of the elements that we have, the unit of measures, currency, cost, and the classification systems they're listed in. So let's go back to home and start with the second step. Now we want to upload 2D and 3D in files, in sheets, and models. So you can just simply upload the file by pressing on the button. You can choose them from Autodesk Docs, from the files that you already have in the project itself. So you can access your project file and choose whichever file you want to create a takeoff package from. So here I'm choosing one from the architectural team, or you can simply just upload it from your computer, of course. You can call or name your version set. Let's just call this DD 80%. And then the set date, the issuance date. Next, it's going to automatically generate the sheet numbers. You can go over them just to make sure that they're correct. And the sheet titles, again, this is extracted from the sheet itself. You don't have to manually do it. So I believe that you can already see how very time efficient this process is. Now we have uploaded our 2D sheet. You can see all of our sheets, and we can upload models from your computer. Great, so let's go back to packages and see how can we start our takeoff process. I'm just going to go to my floor plan. Here you can see that I already started with the takeoff, and we're going to go to takeoff type and create a new one. Remember, we have created railing, so we're just going to add this to our type. I'm just using linear or count, choosing the color and the primary output. So we have added this before, so we're just going to select what we have added. And done. Now you can start with the takeoff process, as easy as that. Now I'm just going to walk over the railing. So you can already see how easy it is. You can delete the line, you can add more lines. As you can see, the sinks right here are used or are quantified using the count tool. I'm just moving on, adding more railing. As simple as that. Lastly, we're going to add our last railing. And here you can see the details. You can select all of them, duplicate it. You can see all of your external doors that I have right here, which are counted. You can hide them, unhide them. You can edit one of the elements that are present, such as the concrete. Here, I'm just adding more. So you can actually edit them whenever you want. You can add more whenever you want. It's very easy, very user-friendly, very time efficient. You can add as much as you want. You can add all of them, of course. For the demo, we're going to keep it as light as possible. Once you are done, you can check your inventory. You can expand all of your elements to see how many instances, the cost of it, if you have any description written. Great. Next, what I'm going to do is actually compare more than one sheet together. So we have created two sheets. Each are in different phases, let's say. So I'm choosing my two sheets that are been created from snapshot. And here we can see the upper sheet and the lower sheet. We can see the one in red and blue. I'm just hiding them and unhiding them. And in inventory, so I have changed a couple of stuff in the elements themselves, so we can see what has been changed. So we can see that the concrete has increased 60%, the cost has increased, the difference of cost, the difference of the elements themselves, the amount of it. And even when you, let's say, remove some of the stuff, here, as an example, we have the things, they have decreased. So the cost decreased as well. This is really helpful when you create more than one version. Now I'm going to go back and just show you how we create the 3D packages or the 3D takeoff processes. For me, this one is much easier. You just access the model. Here is our model. I have already started with the quantification processes. So you can add, let's say, a section to view your elements that are present inside. So I'm just going to add a white plane and just create a section. Because now I want to add my railing. Or let's say not the railing, the glass inside of the railing itself. As you can see, I just right click, select all glass panel, and all of the glass panel is then selected in all of the projects as easy. And then I'm going to create a takeoff type. So we're going to call this class panel. I haven't created this earlier, so we're going to create it together. We're going to type in the name. So that's if you haven't added it from the output definition, don't worry, you can add it from here. You can add the unit of measure, the cost, the classification system 1 and 2. You can just start typing around to try to find whatever you need. If you haven't found the word that you needed, you can try adding or typing in different wording till you find the one you're looking for. Or you can add it yourself, of course. So we're going to go to classification system 2 and add my class. And over there, you can also see a formula that you can generate to count some of the certain elements that you have. Once that I'm done, I'll just start the takeoff. And that's it. You have your glass panels right here. I'm just going to confirm. And that's it. So you can hide it, unhide it. You can see all of your other generic models, your other types. The steel structure, as you can see, it's been hidden and not. You can see the count of it, the area, the distance, the volume as well. Let's hide the columns, unhide them. And you can show the properties of what you actually have. So let's just zoom in, right click, show properties. You can see the properties of the wall. So of course you have to start the process of it by creating a very efficient BIM model so you can use the takeoff process as easy as it can get. And that's it. Now that's it for the for the technical demonstration. I believe that it was very easy to see, it was very light, it was very quick. And now next we can ask whatever questions that you have. So if you have any questions, you can type them in, or you can simply just raise your hand and we can unmute your microphones. So here we have a question.
Yeah, hi T. So we have two questions right now.
Mhm.
First came from Ejaz School. Can we do value engineering with Autodesk Takeoff Cloud, CDE?
I'm not sure I understand your question entirely. If you
Uh,
want, you can type it in again.
Ejaz, can you type the question again?
So till Ajaz writes his question, if you have any other question, please type it down. No one has any questions, so we're just waiting for Ajaz.
So another question,
Mhm.
can you subtract an opening to a measured area?
You can actually do whatever you want by just drawing down the lines that you need. So it's very easy to use and you can customize it the way that you want.
Okay. So, Ejaz, so what you say here is please share the screenshot of participants. What exactly do you mean? So his question is whether we can estimate the quantities exactly with precision using CDE.
Yeah. So CD is the common data environment, which is Autodesk Docs. Autodesk Docs is for documents management. So it's where to store all of your information, your files, all of your assets. And if you want to actually do a quantity survey, to quantify your, let's say, processes and everything, you should have the license for Autodesk Takeoff. So Autodesk Takeoff is the tool to create all of your quantities and quantification processes. And CDE is the tool for documents management. I hope this answered your question. So if you have any other questions, just type them down. And we are also present if you can send us an email. You can contact us whenever you want. Um, I hope this webinar was helpful for you. I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and thank you so much for attending our webinar today.
Yeah, thank you so much for attending and hope everyone stay safe and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Isabel, and thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.